All right, welcome back to the new edition of this channel where we are going to be looking into the top 7 games that you should not be expecting them to end up as a straight draw. So, under this football sport, there are some patterns that when you observe it, it will be very easy for you to know if a particular match will end up as a straight draw or not. All right, so without wasting much of our time, the first game that we have on the list is actually under the Norwegian League, but that is their third division and that is the group 2. All right, so let us check the games out. All right, so we have the match between Nado against Rosenborg, and these two teams don't expect straight draw in this particular match. So this happens to be our first match for the home or away prediction, and the next game is actually under the Austria League. So we have the match between Lafnis against Trebach. So this match, so in this particular match, don't expect straight draw. Although in the last previous games they only had one draw, and the away team also they are currently not informed, but they had a straight draw in the last 5 games. In their out of their last 5 games, just one match ended up as a straight draw, and in their last meeting, the match ended up as 1-3. And if we are to look into their last previous games again, if we are to look into their league position, you will notice that there's a little gap between them, which shows the gap in their strength. All right, so we are moving on to the next match, and that one is under the Switzerland League. So under the Switzerland League, we have a match that is the between Lausanne and Bull. That is Lausanne, their second team. So this match that you guys are seeing, don't expect straight draw from it. In the last previous games, we can see that we experienced straight draw, but not that much. And in the last previous games against each other, we've seen so many goals that occurred, and they don't often play straight draw against each other like that. They only played draw once against each other in their last head to head, and checking their standing, we can see the difference and the gap in their league position. All right, so this happens to be the third match that we are going to look into as no draw match. All right, so proceeding to the next game, which happens to be the fourth game on the list. That one is under the Norwegian League. I think that is the first division. All right, so on the first division under this particular league, we have the match between Moss and Starbuck. So this match that you guys are seeing, we are not expecting any straight draw in it. And checking into that, we can see we have a similar factor that we've been seeing in other games. And the most important part of it is the difference and the gap in their strength, probably in the league position. All right, now, so without wasting much of our time, we'll be proceeding to the fifth game that we have on the list. And the fifth game that we have on the list is actually under the Sweden Division 2 League. So the current match that we are looking for under the Sweden Division 2 League is Bostanas. So I'm here to find the match. That is Bostanas. Actually, seems like probably maybe the names they are using to represent the match that we are currently looking for maybe probably the name is not what we are currently seeing. So there is high probability that I'm going to skip the match that we have under the Norway Division 2 League and proceed. Okay, all right, sorry. We have the match here, that is Bostanas against Sunastar. So this match that you guys are seeing, we are not expecting straight draw from it. So we have a large gap in their strength. Checking their league position, you can see the away team is currently at the second position on the league table, and the home team is currently ninth on the league table. And if we are to look into their previous games against each other, we will notice that these two teams, they are not, if you notice their last previous games against other opponents, you will notice that although they experienced straight draw, but these draws that we can see here is not something that actually dominated their last previous games against other opponents. So games like this are games that we always look into, and games like this, they are games that we should be expecting more goals in it. If you notice very well, most of their games always end up as maybe 4-1, 5-1. They don't, it is not that often for you to experience them playing maybe 0-0 like this. So it is not like often, and sometimes you can see they are scoring very well, they are conceding and they are scoring at the same time. So this happens to be our fifth match on the list that we are expecting to end up as either the home team to win or the away team to win. All right, so our sixth game on the list is actually under the Poland League. So we have 5 games so far. So don't forget the first game under the Norway League, second game under the Austria League, third game under the Norway First Division League, fourth game under Switzerland League, and the fifth game under the Sweden Division 2 League. And our next game is under the Poland League. All right, so the sixth game that we have on the list is under the Poland Third Division League, Group 1, and that is the match for Jagiellonia. So this match that you guys are seeing, we are not expecting straight draw from it. All right, if you have to look at their league standing, although you can see the home team is actually very close to the relegation positions, but you can see the gap in strength from these two teams. All right, so this happens to be our sixth game that we are not expecting straight draw from it, and are proceeding to the next game that is still under the Poland League, that is Poland League, their second division, and that is League 2, and we have a sweet score win. So we have the game here. So we have the game here, and this happens to be our seventh game that we are actually expecting to end up as no draw. You can see the strength, you can see the gap in the strength, and let me check their last head to head to confirm. All right, so looking into it, we only have 4 games that were actually played because this one was awarded, but at the same time, it is not like maybe straight draw actually dominated it. We have it as 50-50. 50% of their last 4 head to head against each other actually ended up as a straight draw, and the 50% also end up as either the home team to win or the away team to win. All right, so let us proceed into checking out or reviewing our 7 games that are highly expected as no draw. Don't forget, number 1 is under the Norwegian League. We have number 2 under the, but I think this is according to the time that they are going to start. So let us arrange it like that. This one is under the Poland Third Division League, under the Norwegian League, and this one is under the Poland second division league. This one is under the Austria league. This one is under the Norwegian First Division League. This one is under Sweden Division 2 League. And this one is under Switzerland Promotional League. Alright, so thanks for watching. See you guys in the next edition. Don't forget to like this particular video, subscribe to this channel. If you have any question, please kindly drop it in the comment section. And if you want to observe the process and the step-by-step guide that you use to observe this particular strategy, I've made so many videos on how to predict draws, how to predict straight draws. You can use this to filter out the draw that are expected in most of the games that you predicted. You guys can also do personal observation and analysis on all these top 7 games. See you guys in the next edition. Bye bye.